Woo! What's going on, guys? Orms Forum coming at you guys today with the aftermath. Detroit Lions went to Jacksonville, played the Jacksonville Jaguars yesterday, man, and laid an absolute beating on them. They came out firing, guys. Their head coach was in, he's literally on the hot seat. That seat is on fire, burning up. Bob Quinn, same with him. Probably a few more guys. So they came to Jacksonville, and they literally put a beating on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Something they needed to do. I know a lot of Lions fans out there are upset that they won. I can never understand the mentality of a lot of Lions fans. I get wanting Matt Patricia, Bob Quinn out of there, but I'm the same way. I don't want these guys here anymore, but I'm still going to root for my team. I always want them to win no matter what. You know what I mean? And this was a great showing by them, especially on the defensive side of the ball. But this is the aftermath, guys. They won 34-16 in Jacksonville's home turf. It's a nice sign. It's good. It's what you want to see your team do. So let's get down to it, guys. I'll talk about the quarterback. Stafford went 19 for 31 for 223 yards, a touchdown, one pick. It was a nice play by Joe Schobert. He went up, he batted the ball down. I think he batted it himself and he intercepted it. So he got the batted ball and the INT. It was a good play by him. It was a good play. And Stafford was 61%. He wasn't great. He didn't really need to be great. He looks off. He does look off. There's something going on with Stafford. I hope it's not an injury. Hope it's not a bad injury. But he doesn't look right the last couple of games. He hasn't looked right since that Saints game. So, and that was a couple of weeks ago. And they had the bye to clear everything up. And then now this and then so. But he was 61%. He wasn't great. 223 yards, like I said, and a touchdown. But yeah, we'll get that in a little bit. And Minshew went 25 for 44 for the Jacksonville Jaguars at a 56% completion percentage. It was a bad day for Minshew. 243 yards, one touchdown, one INT, one sack. So they got to Minshew. They blitzed him a lot, pressured him like I wanted them to, like I talked about in the other video. They made him throw, and it worked. And it worked. You blitzed him. You created pressure. You made a couple mistakes, and that's what it takes. It can only be like one or two mistakes in the NFL, and then a game can turn around. So that's what the Lions did to Minshew. But finally, Stafford throws a touchdown pass against Jacksonville. This was his third meeting. Now he's thrown a touchdown pass against every team in the NFL. He hit T.J. Hawkinson on like a 2-3 yarder. Nice easy pass, little sidearm, and he's a 27th quarterback to do it. So he's a pretty good company. The NFL's been around a long time, and he's the 27th quarterback to do it. So, man, that's good company for Staff. They looked really good out there. The offense wasn't great throwing, but we'll take that win. And now on to the rushing. DeAndre Swift went nuts, guys. Went absolutely nuts. This kid's the real deal. 14 carries for 116 yards and 2 touchdowns on an 8.3 average. Beautiful. 54 was his longest run. Peterson was 15 carries for 40 yards, and he got in the end zone as well. 2.7 clip. Stafford had 5 carries for 14 yards at a 2.8. Kerryon Johnson only had 4 carries for 9 yards, 2.3. And Marvin Hall had a carry for 1 yard. But they had 180 yards on the ground. And like I said, DeAndre Swift was an absolute beast on the day. He's starting to get more looks as we go on down the road. It kind of bothers me that it took this long to get him going. I understand. I completely understand it because they got AP there. But you need to keep the ball in this kid's hands. This kid's electric. He does things very well with the football in his hands. He's a force. He's a threat. So you got to keep the ball in his hands. And he's actually the first rookie since Barry Sanders to rush for 2 touchdowns and over 100 yards. So that's been it's been a long time coming, guys. We finally have a running back. He is the real deal. Yes, it was against Jacksonville. I don't care. Jacksonville's on the schedule. You play who you're scheduled to play. I'm sick and tired of hearing people saying, "Oh, you only beat Jacksonville. Who cares?" You know what I mean? I'm not saying we're going to the playoffs. I'm not saying we're even going to this. I'm not saying we're going to the Super Bowl. I'm not saying any of that. You're scheduled to play who you're scheduled to play, and then you do what you're supposed to do. We are a better team than Jacksonville, and we showed it. Okay? So I don't want to hear it, man. Now, Robinson, for their guy over there, Jacksonville, James Robinson, who's a pretty good running back himself, a little undrafted guy, who's been running the ball pretty well. Man, we shut him down. 12 carries for 29 yards, no touchdowns, 2.4 average. Minshew had 3 carries for 14 yards on a touchdown run. He completely juked out Jelani Tavai. I'm getting really sick and tired of seeing him out there too, because he's a bad linebacker. And then Chenault, their other rookie wide receiver, he had 1 carry for 1 yard. So he didn't do too much. But a career high for Swift, like I was saying, and he needs more carries. Guy's super electric. And I love that they absolutely shut down Robinson in that ground game. It's exactly what I wanted them to do, and they did it. Now onto the weapons. For us, Golladay, four catches for 105 yards on 6 targets. Amendola had 2 catches for 31 yards on 2 targets. Peterson had 1 catch for 18 yards on 1 target. It was a very nice catch. It was on a 3rd down. It was on a 3rd and long, actually, I think. It was a 3rd and 12. If I'm not correct, I could be wrong. It was a big catch by Peterson. Hawkinson had 2 catches for 17 yards and a touchdown on 5 targets. Agnew, 2 catches, 17 yards, 2 targets. KJ, 1 catch, 11 yards, 2 targets. Marvin Jones didn't show up for this game again. 2 catches for 8 yards on 5 targets. I don't know what's going on with Marvin Jones. DeAndre Swift, 3 catches for 7 yards. He didn't do much in the ground through the air, but he went off on the ground, obviously, on 4 targets. Marvin All had a catch for 6 yards on 2 targets. Jesse James, the other tight end, had 1 catch for 3 yards on 2 targets. Stafford used 10 different wide receivers, which is really good. He was looking everywhere. Used the whole field, used everybody he could to get involved in the game. And like I said, he wasn't crazy good yesterday. He didn't have a great game, but he was pretty efficient. He was looking all over the place for different guys, and he succeeded at that at least. And he didn't give up a lot. So, and he wasn't sacked either, too. Right? So kudos to the O-line, and kudos to him for getting rid of the football or getting out of the pocket, just doing the little things that really count. Jacksonville, Keelan Cole had a great day for them. He had 6 catches for 143 yards on 9 targets, and he burned Jeff Okudah a few times bad, but that's okay. It's going to happen with this kid. Everyone just keeps calling this kid a bust, but I can't wait until this kid finally digs in and becomes a really good corner for the Detroit Lions, and he's going to in the future. He's going to. He's going to struggle. He's going to struggle because his D-line's still not up to par. They played better yesterday, but they don't help out their corners very well. Even though we have a really good corner in Oruwariye. That kid's a good corner, man. And Chark had 7 catches for 45 yards on 14 targets. So Oruwariye was on him for most of the day, it looked like, and he shut him down pretty good. So, and their running back Robinson had 4 catches for 24 yards and a touchdown on 4 targets. Chris Thompson, the other running back, had 3 catches for 15 on 4 targets. Lavisco Chenault, the promising rookie, had 3 catches for 10 yards. They kind of kept him in check on 7 targets. And Conley, the savvy vet that I talked about before, had only 1 catch for 6 yards on 2 targets. So they pretty much shut down that whole receiving core except for Keelan Cole. Keelan Cole had a big game. He's a really good wide receiver. So that was nice to see him do that for them. But, at least he didn't get in the end zone. Now, defensively, for us, Okudah had 7 tackles. And whenever you see that a corner has a lot of tackles, it's not necessarily a good thing. Yeah, he's physical and all that stuff, but he's given up catches. He's given up a lot of catches, and he has to make the stop. So the good with the bad. I love his physicality, but he's given up too many receptions. But like I said, he's a rookie. I'm not going to bash this kid right now. I'm not going to bash him. Darryl Roberts, the other corner, had 5 tackles. Tracy Walker, our safety, had 5 tackles. Collins had 4 tackles and 3 assists. He was kind of all over the place. Flowers had a good day. You know, paying this guy I called this guy out last week, saying, "Come on, man! Like, where are you? $90 million plus. You're the 5th highest defensive end. We're paying you top 5 defensive end money. Make a play." You know what I mean? I'm arguing with guys online, saying stuff like, one guy even told me that he's just here to set the edge. No, you're not, bro. Mr. Flowers, bro, you got paid $90+ million, your top 5 money. You're here to make plays. You're not here to set the edge and stop the run. You're here to make plays, and you did that yesterday. You had 2 tackles, 3 assists. You had a strip sack, which was really good, which was really big at the time. So you showed up, man. You earned your money. That's what we need to see from this guy every week. Not just to set the edge, play the run, you know, get some tackles, 3, 4, 5 tackles a game, and not create any pressure, not get any sacks. You're here to make plays, be a playmaker. I don't want to hear it about you setting the edge. Be a playmaker, and I love that he did that. Reggie Ragland, another linebacker, had 2 tackles. Romeo Acquire had a couple tackles and a fumble recovery that Flowers stripped. Ororia had 2 tackles. I'm starting to love this kid, guys. I'm starting to love this kid. I got to get this kid's jersey, man. I'm telling you right now, this kid is going to be a top 10 corner in the next couple of years. I'm telling you, man, he is solid. He plays well. He's big. He's physical. He's like a magnet on wide receivers, man. He takes care of business, guys. He takes care of business. Nick Williams, our defensive tackle, had 1 tackle. Christian Jones, Davis, who had a forced fumble, but it went out of bounds on a big hit. He had a couple big hits, Davis, man. On the 1 tackle, it was a big hit, and then on the forced fumble was kind of it was a big hit as well. But he's still not doing as much. Tavai only had a tackle. He's awful. We got to get another linebacker. He's terrible. He's terrible. He got hit. He's just not a good linebacker. He's slow. He's slow to the ball. He can't cover. That worries me. He worries me. Harmon, our other safety, our veteran safety, had 1 tackle and 1 pick. That was his 2nd on the year. So the defense all around, guys, played absolutely phenomenal. They played great. They absolutely shut down Jacksonville Jaguars. Shut them down. You know what I mean? Minus Keelan Cole, who had a big game. And he was on the rook. But other than that, like I wanted them to do in the video I talked about, I wanted them to stop the run. I wanted them to stop the run, and that's what they did. They completely shut down the run, and they made Minshew throw, and he made a couple mistakes. He made on the pick, on the fumble. They pressured him a lot. He made a lot of errant throws. There probably should have been a couple more INTs. We just didn't get to him. But the game plan was excellent. They blitzed him. They mixed it up. It was just like the Arizona game. What they did against Arizona, that's what they did against Minshew here. It was like almost a carbon copy. Blitz him, make him feel uncomfortable in the pocket, make him get out and flush him out, but spy on him, but keep a spy on him, and do what you got to do to make this kid feel uncomfortable, and that's what they did. And it was a great all-around effort. Offense wasn't great through the air for us, but our ground game was phenomenal. You know, over 180 yards total rushing. Swift was a boss. The kid is the real deal. So we didn't need Stafford to be the hero, which is good because he seems a little off. There's something going on with Staff that I'm not too sure what it is. I hope it's not a back injury. Like I said, he doesn't seem to be right. Something's off. But like I said, we played a sound football game, especially defensively. Especially through the ground. the ground game for us running. Awesome. It was just an excellent game to watch. I'm not sitting here touting them, saying that they're going to go on this magical run and make the playoffs, okay? I'm not. But this is what you want to see. You want to see. Patricia's job is on the line. I think it's week to week now with this guy. Honestly, I really think it is. I don't know if they would fire him if he lost another game. I got a feeling he's going to go all the way to the end of the year. I'm just saying. I just think he's going to. Don't shoot the messenger. That's just what it is. Okay? Now, he needs to go on. He does need to go on a magical run, though. He completely needs to go on a magical run to retain his job. And I don't see that happening. I really don't see it happening. Now, there's games on the schedule that are winnable, but that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. You know, like I said earlier, Lions fans, we're a special breed. We really are. We bitch, we moan, we complain that we lose football games constantly and we can't do this. You complain about Stafford, you complain about Patricia, we complain about not signing Kenny Galladay, blah, blah, blah. We complain about losing, winning. No. Now, when we win a game, people just complain about it. They can complain about it because Patricia's still here for a week, another week, and Quinn. You complain that it's the Jacksonville Jaguars. You know, sorry that we don't play the Green Bay Packers every week or the Kansas City Chiefs every week, okay? It's just not reality. It's just not a reality. You play who you're scheduled to play, okay? Stop complaining about everything, Lions fans. You don't really need to. I just don't understand what we don't have that luxury of saying, oh, it's just the Jacksonville Jaguars. We don't have that luxury. We're not the Kansas City Chiefs. We haven't made it to the playoffs since 2017. Okay? We haven't won a playoff game in 30 years. Okay? Don't stop complaining about everything. You know what I mean? Take this as it's a good win. It's a good win. Just take it as it is. You don't have to complain about it. I don't want to hear it. It's just Jacksonville. It's just Gardner Minshew. Jacksonville's 1-5, 1-6, like whatever they are. It's like, well, like who cares? We beat the snot out of the Jaguars, and a lot of people thought that we were going to lose to them. I did. For a bit. I did pick the Lions to beat them 37-31. I was close with the Lions score. They put 31 up, 34, sorry. They put 34 points up, and and they only put up 16, so I was a bit off. I was a bit off on that prediction. About a couple scores, but they just beat them up. They beat him up. Take it for what it is, you know. No, now we got a pretty tough game. We go to Atlanta next week. The Falcons are 1-5, but that number is a little bit tricky. That 1-5 right there. They're not a 1-5 football team. They're really not. They're really not a 1-5 football team. They can score at will. That team. Their defense is a little bit suspect. You know what? I'll say that. Their defense is suspect. It's not very good, but their offense is absolutely it's fire. It's a good offense. Matt Ryan is slinging the football. Okay, Matt Ryan's slinging the football. Julio Jones is back. Okay, he's back, and he showed it last week or yesterday. He showed it yesterday. He went off yesterday, and he is back. He is. They got Calvin Ridley. They got a good tight end and that Hayden Hurst kid. Russell Gage, I think that's his name. He's another wide receiver. Their ground game is, you know, they got Gurley there. He doesn't rip off big runs anymore, like big chunks. It doesn't seem like, but he can get in the end zone because they get down there. And they're a force. At 1-5, they're a force. They're no joke. They're really not, man. They're actually not. But they're 1-5. They're fourth in the NFC South. We're 2-3, third in the NFC North. This is a big game for Detroit, man. If they want to make some noise, they're gonna have to beat this. Gonna have to beat this team. And this is not going to be an easy game. 1 o'clock Sunday in ATL. Let's go, guys. Okay, that's the aftermath, and that's it, man. That's it. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Hit that all button to get all my videos, and like and comment. It's all about the likes and the comments and the negative and the positive. You know, I don't care if it's negative or positive. I'll try to get back to you guys, and let's go Lions. Boom.